Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is the Protego Foundation, and there are 3 ways you can help me help them help the animals. The first and easiest way is to just watch my stream and bring your friends, because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. You can also donate to our Twitch fundraiser. It's at 10 of $20 because this is building on last year's December Protego Foundation fundraiser. So we raised $10, so I doubled it to $20, so I hope we can raise another $10 this year. You can also find a link to the Protego Foundation in my Twitch About section. And if you're watching the YouTube recording, I realized that it would be helpful if I put a link in the description there, so there will be one there as well. It is Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday, and I am returning to designing my Chibi food buttons. If you've watched my part 2 of my Chibi food button project, you might be wondering why I'm back here, because I had finished these and then printed and made a whole set of 12, specifically of this tofu to start with. But I took a little time off. I was working on the Cozy Christmas Coodlers like crazy, and I rarely do this. I actually didn't do a Chibi Friday to end the week. I just did more illustration work trying to get that card done. So in those intervening weeks, I've been able to think about it and have a look at them and just mull over what do I think about these buttons, and it's felt for a while like there's something missing. And I realized that I could add some text around the outside, is what I'm imagining. Maybe it'll change. Maybe I'll just put it along the top or bottom or something. But I want to add text so that it's clear what these are. For like the tofu is the first one I made, and I think it's not necessarily clear what it is because I made it originally to be a little tiny emote here on Twitch. So that's why it's so simple. It's just looking at it straight on. It's a square. It's not a 3-dimensional looking shape, because I wanted to feature this Chibi tofu's face. But by doing it in 3 dimensions, it would have made the face smaller. It would have been kind of weird because it wouldn't be looking straight on at the viewer or anything like that. Oh wait, it's not for emotes. It's for avatars. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's here on Twitch. It was designed to be used on Twitch. So it wasn't designed to be printed, but I thought, why not? Let's just go ahead and print it. And so by adding the text around the outside, we'll make it cute and everything. It should help show what this is and help people make a decision if they want to buy this button or another button, because it'll be clear for a little bit more ambiguous designs like the tofu. I think maybe the peanut butter might not also come across so easily, and some of the other ones, the broccoli and stuff, that one's really obvious what it is. But oh, Exy is here. Hello! Yay! You put it all caps. Yay! That just means that how excited you are to be here. Or at least it shows how excited I am that you are here. Oh, how was your week? I'm so glad you could join me. I waved my cursor at you, as usual. I don't know if you saw it, though, because it's small. I'm so glad to see you. Hope you got a great week. Hope you're looking forward to a nice, relaxing weekend. Okay, so to add the... Let's see. Oh, here it is. To add the text, I am actually just going to take this existing text layer, because this is a bit of work, and I don't actually remember how to do it, so I'll have to look it up. But if I just copy this layer, I won't have to make a circle text like this. I could just... It's not that hard to do or anything. I just don't do it very often, so it's just easier to take this one and then make it a different text. So that's what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to control T to transform and make it smaller. And then hopefully this is centered with the button. Looks like it would be. And then we take the actual text, and then it's along this circle now. It's weird though, where did the rest of the text go? Does it disappear? It's definitely got something there. I wonder why that happened. Well, anyway, I want to control all. Look how it's not there anymore. That's weird. I just want to delete the text that was there. Hope this works the way I thought it would. Oh, wonderful! Exie says it was really nice. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Thank you for asking how I am too. Yeah. But it's very amusing that you put that exclamation point on there. Yeah. My hybrid vacation. It actually has been really good. I'm finally feeling charged up. So having 2 weeks of taking off of half of my work has actually been pretty good. So thank you. It also helps that this week it's been foggy and even a tiny bit snowy. Pretty much every day. So as you know by now, I love the clouds and the fog and the snow and the rain. I love that dark, gloomy, gray, silver weather, so I am doing great. Thank you, thank you. Let's see where... Oh, what do I want to do? This looks... Okay, this is going to be too small. I'm definitely not going to do it in Verdana, but I'm just going to type tofu. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, I know why it's not showing up. I'm so silly. Todo! I typed Todo. Tofu. That's why it wasn't showing up. I was like, what's wrong with it? Why is the circle there? But the text is not changing. Because I had this copy layer on. That's just a raster of everything below it. So actually I'm going to throw this layer away. We don't need it anymore because we're changing it. Todo. Aw, but that's so magical. That's so wonderful. I mean, I don't know if you like snow, but that sounds totally magical to me. It's so great that it stayed for at least a little while, even if it's gone now, because we have had just the tiniest bit of snow. There was one day where I actually saw it snowing, and we took the dogs for a walk, and it was super magical, but it didn't even collect on the ground. It melted as it hit the ground. And then this morning, there's a light layer of snow, and it has not melted all over everything, but it's super light, so that as soon as it warms up at all, it's definitely going to disappear. And I didn't get to see it snow. I just woke up to the snow, so I'm still hoping for some proper snow, some big fat snowflakes coming down, like little fairies. Okay. So I just want to write tofu a few times. And I want to make it big enough that it would be visible once it's printed. Put it on 10, but I think that's still too small. Let's do 30. Doesn't want to change the whole thing. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I don't get why it does it. There. Ooh. And I am going to change the size of the drawing too. So it's not going to be taking up the whole front of the badge anymore, because I do want it to be visible, this text that I'm adding. Otherwise, what's the point of adding it? So let's make it a little smaller. Oh, that looks really good. Tofu, tofu, tofu. So, like I said, I'm not going to leave it on Verdana. So maybe if I change it here. Yeah. So So I've been thinking about, this is the one I use for my studio Mikarts, but it's really hard to read in this application when it's all curved and there's a bunch of stuff going on. That one's cute. I'm thinking I want a cartoony, so here, like, literally, this is called Toon Time. Cartoony or anime manga, something to go with the anime manga stylization of the characters. So let's go about all the way to the top. I have several nice manga fonts. Manga and comic fonts. Oh, of course you can. Yay! If you have an idea for your chibi... Oh, I remember. You had an idea. I'm not going to tell you what it was in case you have something else you want now, but... Oh, and just so you know, people have been redeeming their birthday chibis. I send them to my closest friends, so I've got a list. I've got a list of chibis to finish. But yes, yes. If you have something you want me to make, you can either tell me right now and I'll put it on my list real quick, or if you want to DM it to me or put it in our Studio Mikarts Discord. Ooh, this one is cute. So energetic. Tofu, tofu, tofu. And there's a lot of things we can change. So like this, the tofu, the word tofu is smushing into itself, which isn't necessarily bad, but we can separate it so that the letters are farther apart from each other and everything. So I just want to get the overall text figured out, and then we can tweak it. And then once we figure this one out, I'll just use the same on all of the badges. That way they'll have some continuity between them. Oh, Sherlock! Oh! The Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock? Sherlock. I forgot we have that in common, too. I love Sherlock. Oh, yeah! You always pick one. I'm going to put it on my list right now. So hold on. I'm in Habitica, and I've got my list of chibis. So Chibi Sherlock or Exie. And I'm going to move it so that it's in line. So you're number 4 on my list right now. Oh, they're going... go in order, please. Why is it messing up? It's having a struggle. Okay, hold on. I gotta refresh the page, I bet. Okay, this is what I'm working on now. Edit food buttons that have food names. Okay, that says... Okay, now they're in order. Hooray! Chibi Sherlock for Exie. Anyway, what I was saying was, you always make it a super great time for me. I love making any chibi, but you make it a super great time because it basically fan art for me. So, thank you for that. Thank you for redeeming that too, because it makes me feel good to give back to you for being such a great supporter. I haven't found a font yet that really... This one's kind of cute. I like the round, softy ones. But it's still thin in certain areas. Is it because I... No, I don't have any weird... I mean, I guess it is condensed. Oh, it's because it was on Verdana. Okay, let me stop messing with it. Let's just find a font. Come on. Wonder Comic Inline. I don't remember if I finished my thought. A little earlier I was saying that once I get this text figured out, all I'll have to do is just change the colors for each button. I'll just drag the layer over, rename it to the Like instead of tofu, 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 it's going to say baby bok choy. Well, I don't know how many baby bok choys I can fit in this circle, but yeah. So this is the biggest amount of work here. Whoa, this is really... Okay, not that one. If I look down long, I think it keeps coming back to the bottom. Well, that's an interesting one. You can see through it. Kind of like that. Toon time shaded. It is kind of in your face, though. The text is not the first thing that I would like people to look at. Oh, we could do a video game font. Tofu, tofu, tofu. Nah, it doesn't really... Not necessarily video game style art. Not that 8-bit style text, anyway. There's this one again. No, not that. This one is huge. Goudy Stout Regular. Okay, see you when you get back. Well, see you as you can't actually see you, but see your chat message when you get back. Oh, this one's really cute. Uh-oh, I might like this one. Here's a different one. So condensed is squished up. That's what that means. You can see the difference. This one is so cute. I think I'd pick this one. And it's also relatively simple. I wanted to check something really quick. I think we could make this tofu layer a little bigger. Let's see, how do I... Control T. Oh, you know what? Did I hold Shift and make it not 8? Because this should be even on all sides, and it's not. Let me try again. I think I might have held down Shift. I can't be sure, though. Let's try... Because if you hold down Shift, the way I have it set right now, it will not move in the same ratio. It'll just wobble all over the place. So I think I might have done that by accident. No, don't click that one, please. Click this one. Control A, delete. Alright, tofu, and let's see. Oh good, I love it when it does this. It remembers what I chose. Oh, blast it. There we go. It's so small. Imagine this. Imagine putting the button. The tofu is this tiny little letter at the bottom of the button. That would be like, that's a joke button. No, this isn't supposed to be a joke. I mean, if people laugh, that's fine, but it's not meant to be like a parody button. Let's make this bigger. Tofu! Oh, it's so cute. So cute. So, first off, something I think I'm going to try is putting more space in between each word. So let's try double space. Of course, it matters how many can we fit. So like as you can see, it's coming up against this one. So there's a couple things we can do for that. We can make the size of the font a bit smaller. I have to select because I'm in the type layer. There. So we can do that. Of course, that leaves this a slightly bigger space. What if we do 29? Okay, that looks a little more even. And it's great having the tofu right underneath, because this one is easy to read and is in line with the actual tofu drawing. I do wonder about the size though. Not the size of the font. Let's delete this one. The size of the circle upon which it rests, because this is right on the edge. I turned on this face line, so this will start to be curving around the edge of the button here when we press it. So I might want to move the text in a little bit. So we'll Control T again. So at this size, we can't fit as many iterations of the word tofu. And we have this big space at the top. I do like the placement of the text now though, because it shouldn't be hard to read. There should be a little space between the edge of the button, which starts around here, and then the bottom edge of the text, so that it won't be hard for anyone to read. At least I hope so. I'm thinking in those terms. So maybe now we could make the tofu text bigger again. Oh, that's a little too big. The only thing with this is that we do not have any tofu saying clearly right here, tofu. So I think I'm going to add that fifth one back in and make the text smaller. I might actually need to bring this tofu final layer back in from the original file, because I made it smaller a little too early, I think. Because this way we have tofu underneath the tofu. Although this is still a bit... Oh, I see, because I didn't put two spaces. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to make it a little bit smaller, or either a little bit smaller or just take that extra space away. Oh, but if I take it away, yeah, we're going to have to make it smaller. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, space, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, another space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, and another space, 1, 2, 3, 4, space, space. Okay, that one already has 2. Okay, so we are going to make this a little smaller. Let's see, 26. Okay, that's too much, because the space right here is too big. There might be some better way to do this. I don't know it though, and I want to hurry. So I'm not going to spend the time to research it. This does still seem a little big of a space, so we're going to move 27.5. Oh, we would, except I need to highlight that. Okay, 27.5. Now let's... Dang. 27.25. 27.25. Ah. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. I like this font. And indeed, I like the way it's sort of connecting to itself. It doesn't necessarily have to do that. For instance, we could put this up, and that spreads the letters out. But I actually like how they're joining each other. the overall effect does seem to be quite fun and friendly. The only thing I would like is if there was a font that was a little bit more roundy. I'm starting to question my font. But I like this one. Let's keep this one for now. So next is, let's work with the font, the colors, and these effects. So right now it just has this stroke left over from the outside sort of copyright and title and stuff information. So let's make the outline thicker. Oh, it's so cute. But we want some sort of color that works with the... Oh, it's freaking adorable. It's so cute. Oh, Sarah, hello! How are you? Oh, you're here for a lurk. Okay. I won't ask you too many questions then. I just hope you're doing well. Having a great birthday! Happy birthday! I'm so happy that you came to my stream on your birthday! Hope you're having the best day ever. Yes, that is so nice. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so happy for you. Yes, that's the way. I don't want to ask you too many questions, but I'm wondering if it's also cold and snowy over there, because that would be even more dreamy. Maybe what I'll do is, because I don't want this to... So as you can see, this is going to compete. Having it be the same color as the outside of the lines here. This is the lightest that the outside line gets. But I think it's going to compete. So maybe we just make it a little lighter, so that it falls into the background a bit. No snow but cold. Well, it's halfway there. You got the cold going on. Not the sick cold, but the wintry wonderland cold. Oh, this is great. Ooh, I love this. Maybe a little darker. Yes. So we have the... Basically what I want is to have 3 layers of things that you might look at when you look at this button. 1, of course, we want our main character, the tofu, to stand out. 2, I would like the letters to be the next thing that people notice. And then 3, the background with the beautiful gradient colors and texture. So I think we're getting there. Let's leave it on this for now. The next thing I'm thinking about is the color of the letters, and I kind of think white is nice, but maybe it stands out a little bit too much because it's competing with the eyes. So let's try to find... Maybe I should go darker. No. No. But you gotta try. You gotta try to figure out whether it'll work or not. What I'm trying to do is have the words be a bridge between the background and the foreground. But overall, the tofu is not very colorful, just those pink cheeks. And then the background is super colorful, so it's feeling hard to make that work together. If I make the stroke a different color, maybe a little bit darker from this. A little bit more vibrant. I really like the white, so maybe just what I need to do is make the opacity. Oh, hello, people! Wow! Casey Snow Art, hello! Exie is back too. Hello! Hello, hello! I hope you're well too. I'm doing well. How's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're having a great time. Oh, look, your name is Casey Snow Art, so it's perfect because I'm enjoying the little centimeter of snow that we have outside today. It's perfect theme for my day. Yay! So glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am trying to make this button work. Starting to make me think maybe I should change the background. Because like this, it's now sort of alienating the tofu, the main character. It looks great. If I take that away, the background and the text is working. I love it. But when I put the tofu on top, it seems out of place. Oh, it's warm in Colorado. What? That's crazy. Well, I'm here in southern Idaho, so I think we're in similar latitudes. But I always think of Colorado and snow, so that's crazy. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I'm reading all your messages. Oh, you're working on Christmas card stuff. I just finished my Christmas card last week. What are you doing for your Christmas card? Or I assume that you are making a Christmas card illustration. That's not necessarily what's going on. So, sorry if that's a weird question, if that doesn't make any sense with what you're actually doing. Yeah, that's all right. It's so busy at the end of the year. I feel like I keep saying it because it's the same for everyone. It's so busy this time of year. Well, I'm glad to see you whenever you have a chance to pop in. I'm so pleased. Oh, okay. Oh, fun. Well, what did you do? If you want, you could put a link in the chat. Since I'm doing digital work, it's actually really easy. If you didn't mind me doing it, to share it on my stream. Oh, that's cool. Oh, lovely. A different Colorado animal. And this year was the pronghorn. I think we have some of those here. I feel like we do. In Idaho. Oh, you're on Blue Sky. That means I need to follow you there. Sweet. I'm gonna do that too. Oh yeah, we definitely have these. Do you mind if I share it? Also, let me follow you. Whee! Okay, awesome. Let's share. If I can click on the thingy. Look at how pretty it is. Wow, did you? I can't remember what you said you used for it. Or you didn't. Did you post it? Oh, hold on. What did you use to make this? I love the way you've got this darker blue and then the white from in front comes out. It creates a shape almost using the negative space, but it's in the front. Look at them bounding through the snow. So pretty. And the warm color of their coats goes so nicely with the cool color of the snow. Yay, thank you for sharing that. I'm so glad I'm not the only one making a illustrated Christmas card. I mean, it makes sense, but... Oh, Clip Studio. I love Clip Studio. Painty look. Yeah, it looks nice. You're welcome. Oh, you're replying to Exy. There's so much going on in the chat. Usually I'm like, oh, there's like one person in the chat, so I don't have to think very hard. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm going to think about changing my gradient in the background. Changing this pink color. I picked this pink color. I thought it looked nice because it matches the blushies, but now it's making the entire tofu feel out of place. So we can just let these pink blushies stand out and be their own little special thing. Let's pick a different color. Oh, already. Instantly the tofu sits better in the background. Ooh, looks golden. Makes it look golden. It's hard to choose a color to go with the tofu. So I don't want it to be too vibrant because it will take over the tofu. I want it to be darker so that it's sitting back behind the tofu. That looks kind of nice though. We can make it a little bit warmer maybe. That's too much, I think. That's too much. Bringing it back. Bringing it back a little cooler. I mean, this is a nice gradient. Well, let's stick with this for now. What? Exy, I need to follow you on Blue Sky. I don't know how to find you. Maybe you can send me your link. Everybody's joining Blue Sky. I joined this summer during the SCBWI summer conference because everyone was like, I'm hopping over to Blue Sky. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of the nonsense on Twitter too. Here I go. Whee! And then I didn't have very many people on there. Because I didn't actually meet that many people. When it's an online conference, it's really hard to make some real connections with people. So I have like one person on there from the conference. So it was just them in my feed forever. And then suddenly, randomly, my friends were like, I'm on Blue Sky too. And they're like adding me. I'm like, how did you even find me? But I'm glad you did. And it's just been sort of a snowball effect. More and more of my friends are like, I'm going to Blue Sky. And so my feed is getting more and more full. So it's just so interesting. Let's see. Let's change the stroke color now. Let's start with this color and change it from there. So like I said, I don't want it to compete. So right here is about the same color. Tofu, tofu, tofu. Oh, Did I do it? I feel quite happy with this. And this I have at 75%, and I think that resolved the issue. Because now the white of the eyes is not competing with the white of the text, and I'm not like trying to find the perfect color anymore. It's just white, and then it's going to show through whatever the background is. Oh! Now the only thing I want to consider, and I would love any input if anybody has any opinions about it, the size of the tofu. Because I made it smaller without thinking, and now I'm wondering if it's too small. Because we've got this nice tofu word at the bottom, so there's plenty of space to make this bigger. Oh, Exy! Since you put the little happy spinning ranger, I think that you liked it, and I did see Agatha all along, and I loved it. Did you see it? I have to assume that you did, since you put that very emotional, happy spin on there. I loved it so much. I thought it was great. As always, a spoiler-free zone for anybody, so don't worry, you don't have to leave or anything. I won't say anything other than I loved it. I thought it was great. Okay. Let's see. Oh, right. It's under a products folder. I am opening the original drawing so that I can get the... Ah, where is it? There it is. Tofu. Tofu and Company. Oh, you saw it this week! It was so good that you just had to marathon it. I guess that means you liked it. I thought it was so good. Look at this. I got this little... It's so big. It doesn't fit. Nope, we don't need to save the changes in there. Okay. Whoa! No, that is not what I meant to do. Oh! Oh, what did I do? Oh, I turned it into black and white mode. What did I do? I clicked Control 6? What? What did I do? I don't know what I typed. No, not black and white mode. How do I change this? What happened? What did I do? I was trying to press Control T to transform, and I pressed something else. Hold on a minute, I've got to figure this out. Chibi mode. Yes, CMYK. Why is it black and white? Black. And also, why does this not show as an option to get rid of this? It is really interesting to see it in whatever mode I turned it into. But why doesn't it allow me to go back? What did I do? Exy. I love it so much that I'm a witch now. Oh, I know how you feel. Okay, we're in a coven. We're in a coven together. I know how you feel. I made a Google note. Maybe I can show it to you. I don't want to show all my notes to you, though. Let's see if I can show it. I might have put it elsewhere. Oh, anyway, I won't bother. I'll just tell you about it. I made a note that talked about each of the witches and analyzing, okay, one of them is green, one of them is, I can't remember, one of them was red, and they have the different colors, they have their different specialities, and then I'm like, wait, what is Agatha? And I was working it out as the show went along. Again, no spoilers, so I'm not going to say anything, but I was like, analyzing the coven setup. You like it so much that you're a witch now. It's so funny. That's so funny. Man, I wish I could figure out what I did here. Why is it in black and white? What did I do? It says mode, and it says CMYK, and it says 8-bits channel. Color settings says sRGB, and this one is the CMYK. That looks correct. Why is my image in black and white? Hold on. That is a search. Adobe Photoshop image is suddenly black and white. Oh, good. My project is turned black and white in Photoshop. Control 2. Control 2. Oh, there it is. The heck, dude? The heck was that? I must have hit like Control 5 or something. Or maybe it was Control 6. And well, I guess I'll try it. Control 6. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, so Control 2. Oh, I'm learning all the time. I am always learning all the time. Okay. I just wanted Control T. I used too big of a reach. Okay. What an exciting stream it is today. So fun. Ending the work week with this level of energy. Thanks to everyone being awesome. So here, the tofu would be almost all the way to the edge of the button. I'm going to get out one of the buttons that I already pressed. Where did I put it? In here? Nope. I have a box. Oh, I remember I put it in this closet. I thought I did. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. I did put it in here. Okay. I know you can't actually see what I'm doing, but I'm going into my closet. I'm getting out the buttons, well, one of them, that I pressed last time, one of the physical buttons. And seeing what I think about the tofu, because the previous design did have the tofu all the way up to the edge. Like I have it here. Yeah, maybe I would like it a little bit smaller, so it's not curving. Ooh, question. Casey says, yes, I do. Oh, interesting question. So right now, I print them myself. I used to order them from a print shop, you know, one of those big ones like Canva or Vistaprint. But what I found was, as time went by, they continued to increase their prices. And I was already buying more cards than I needed because they have a minimum amount that you have to order. So I calculated it, and it was cheaper to just print them myself, even with getting... So I already have an art printer with archival quality. It's the CMYK +2 or whatever ink. And I've been getting high quality art paper from Red River Paper. And it's still cheaper to print it myself than to buy way more cards than I need at the prices that those kinds of print shops print now. So that's the long answer to, I guess I answered all, not just your question, but also the question of why. So hopefully that's helpful if you're thinking of doing the same thing. So someday in the future, if I needed to print 100 postcards in order to fulfill my rewards, I would go back to getting them from a printer, because those print shops have those amazing, like, massive printers. They can just whip out 100 cards in 5 minutes or something, you know. So that'll be a time when I won't print them by hand anymore, or not by hand, but in-house, I guess we'll say, because it does take a lot of time. You save money, but it takes a lot of time. It takes me about, I'd say about an hour to get all of the postcards that I need to fulfill printed, and also the addresses written on them, the stamps applied, etc. So I hope that's helpful. I am going to make this tofu a bit smaller. I wonder if I can make a nice... Is this centered on the circle, or is this centered on the wrist? I want this to be centered, but it's really hard to tell if it's centered or not. Okay, I'll turn off the text for now. Yes, exactly. You have to order 50 at a time to get a decent price. Yes. Well, I hope you find something that works for you. You're welcome. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to decide. Because I also had to decide to... I also made the decision to handwrite my message on the handwritten message postcards. But I just write one on Photoshop and print it on all the cards, because it was getting to be enough people that it was physically painful to handwrite the same message that many times. And I do have hopes for a lot of growth someday in the future. So I was thinking, if it's taking me this long and it's this physically taxing to fulfill this many, I've got to go to printing the message. So it's still a handwritten message, but it's just the same one. It's handwritten on my tablet. Yeah. And it doesn't sound that much on paper, but then you sit down to do it. It's so hard. Oh, you're welcome, Exie. Thank you so much for joining me. And I've got your Chibi added to my list. Your 2-year Chibi. Yay, 2 years subscribed. Yeah, I hope to see you next week. Thank you for joining. I'm feeling pretty good about this tofu. There's something a little bit right here. It's a little too matchy with the edge of the text and then this top edge of the tofu. So I'm going to see about just changing the color of the stroke. Make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, because the space is smaller on the postcards. And then you still have to write the address. Well, you don't necessarily have to write the address. You could print the address labels out, which that's something else that I've been thinking I will do eventually, is keep a spreadsheet or something. I haven't thought too hard about it yet, but eventually I don't think I will handwrite every address every time. Like, maybe I'll handwrite the address, but it'll be in a Photoshop file that I print as some labels or something. Because it gets to be a point where you can't physically keep up anymore. So you got to think about how can you deliver the same emotional experience and express your gratitude to everyone supporting you, but also not kill yourself in the process. Oh, I have to click this first. I'm like, why is this not applying? I think click that. Yeah, people's addresses change. You'll have to change it. But if you get to 100 people, it's less work changing an address, like checking the addresses and then changing them versus handwriting 100 addresses every time. It's an interesting balance. Okay. I resolved the issue with the top part of the tofu being too similar to the outline of the letters for tofu. But now the outline of the letters for tofu are very close to the background down here. And I like having this outline because I like having it visible because I think it adds to that cartoony feeling. So I'm going to work with the background again. See what we can change. So we just need it to look different enough. Whether lighter or darker. Of course I could make the outline even lighter, but then it might be harder to read the word tofu. Outline is secondary. So I have all of this hierarchy in my head that I'm trying to work through. Tofu is at the top. It's most important that this is visible. Second is the letters, the words themselves. Third is the outline of the words, and then fourth is the background. So I'm looking in my navigator and then just like comparing. Kind of like this. It matches the light to dark on the tofu. But the outline is still not standing out very much. So I'll go back to that. So if we make it a completely different color, then that stands out better, but it doesn't necessarily match overall. Well, that's really cute, but that makes the tofu part stand out and compete with the, it's like resonating with the pink on the cheeks. It's pretty cute though. Yeah, what if we just make it darker? Tofu, tofu, tofu. I wonder if someone with an actual education and not just self-study in graphic design would just be able to like boom boom and create an amazing composition. Meanwhile, I just have to do what I've been doing and keep trying. Keep looking at it. Does that work? No. Does that work? No. Kind of like this. Gives me a sporty vibe for some reason. Has like a varsity feeling or something. Hold on a second. I am going to put some... Oh, we're after break time too. I'm going to put some lip balm on. Well, this is the perfect opportunity because it is past break time and I am not finding what I want here. So I'm actually just going to leave it as it is and take a break. Give my mind, eyes a break, and also my body from sitting here. So I encourage everyone else to also take this opportunity to get up, walk around, look at something off in the distance, anything you need to get refreshed. I'm going to put my be right back sign on and be back in about 5 minutes. everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a great break. I am all refreshed and ready to continue looking at this piece. I do think that the pink outline is standing out a little bit too much. It's competing with the main character again. Couldn't figure this out. If I make it a completely different color, it really stands out, but so that's the actual same color as the darkest outline on the tofu. But it's a tiny bit lighter because I have that layer set to 75% opacity. What if I just stick with this and then make the opacity even lower? What if we do 50%? I'm looking at the navigator. I feel like that does work better. Maybe if I try some different blending modes. Let's just experiment and see. That's an interesting one. Not even having the white for the letters at all and letting it only be outline. Oh, kind of like that. Overlay makes it so the text also changes with the background gradient. That's kind of nice. So it shows these gradients so that they would sort of enhance or work with the existing shading, the light source, the implied light source on the original artwork. So doing overlay makes that happen with the text too. I'm not really a fan of how it makes it so golden down here. I don't know, that's not bad though. Let's see. What else? Any others? It's sort of happening here with soft light, but it's not as strong an effect. Ooh. This is very dark. Very dark. I have to admit, I think I like that overlay one, even though it makes it golden for some reason. That's too low opacity. It's just like fading into the background. I want to be a little more obvious than that. 35. Maybe 42 was the way to go. Versus 75. Yeah, that's totally competing. It's way too bright. So that's 50. Anyone who knows why I choose 42 instead of the nice round 40. I think that might be good. And then let's take the face line off. So this is the stuff that will wrap around the back of the button when it's pressed. So these letters here, all of this information. It's got my website, my contact information, etc., and copyright info, title of the piece and stuff. That'll be printed all along the edge. I think I'm actually satisfied with what this looks like. Hooray! So, let us save. We've got, I don't know how many more buttons to do. I can't remember how many of these I've made. How many foods. There's quite a bit. So to start, we can delete this smaller tofu. I am going to make a copy of this folder and then flatten it. No, not flatten. Merge group, because flatten does the whole image. I don't want to do the whole image. There. And we can turn off the face line. So now this is ready to be put into my final, which is not open right now. Let's see, my final, products, button files, complete buttons active. And so you can see this is the old one, which I think looks good. But I feel like this looks even better because it says tofu and it's also filling up this space. Having those letters there is filling up this space that was just kind of dead space. So the circle. So the button it's a circle format and tofu is square. So there's all this empty space. So that's now filled in nicely with the letters. So I'm just going to drag this over here. And then we're going to put it right above Chibi tofu so we can line it up. The Chibi tofu layer is the one that's active right now, turned on, visible. Because that's the only one so far that I've made a physical batch, printed a physical batch of them. So I've lined up the old one with what is existing, and I'm just going to make a copy. Hold down Shift and drag it over, and then line it up with this one. And make another copy. Hold down Shift, drag it, and line it up with this one. Now we're going to select all three of those, make copies of them all at once, press Shift again and drag them down, all three, and then the last step, copy all 6 duplicate layers, Shift and drag down to line up with the rest of these. Then I'm going to select these layers and merge them. So now it's all one big layer. I do think this looks better. I don't think the other one looks bad, but this one looks better. So rename this. I'm wondering if I should print this and make a button and see what it looks like before designing all the other ones with text, or if I should just trust myself and go ahead and redesign them all. To be honest, my physical workstation is not prepared to be streaming anything, so I think it'll be easier if I just keep working on the digital work here. So next, let's open. Ah, there's 9. There's 9 of these, so we're going to open number 2, which is a chickpea, which is one of my top faves of these that I've made so far, Chibi Foods. And I'm going to... This should be the same size. I learned this awesome thing you can do. I think what you do is... Let's see. Is it duplicate layer? There's a way... What did I do? I did this awesome thing before. Now I've forgotten what I did. Oh, what did I do? It was so cool. Now I forgot. Maybe it's not working because it's not rasterized. There was a way to move a layer onto another one so that it's in the exact same spot that it is on the... As long as the file is the same size, which these are, you can take a layer and make it so it goes in the same spot as it did. But it won't do it here. How did I do it? How did I do it? It was awesome. Maybe it was duplicate layer? No, because that just makes a copy. Copy layer style. What? Maybe it'll show up if I just duplicate. No. Oh, can't remember what I did. It was awesome. Layer. Maybe it's under here. Oh, I remember what I did. I remember how to do it. Hooray. It is duplicate. Because it will give you this pop-up. And you choose which document to put it into. So I want to put it into the chickpea. And that will make it go in the same exact spot that it is. Because if you just drag it over, it'll just go where you plopped it down. It won't necessarily be in the same alignment. But as you can see here, it's exactly the same. So I don't have to work to try to make it look like it's the same spot. I can actually make it in the same spot. Yay! So we'll put that under there. We can delete that. So first thing I'm going to do, I really like how I changed this so that the background is much more harmonious. I was really going for super bright, colorful, as you can see with all the ones that I've done. Oh, but I had changed the broccoli to be more harmonious with the color of the... And this one just ended up being... But some of the other ones are super... Like, this one is really bright. Oh, I think it looks really good. Anyway. The chickpea, I did like the tofu, where I made the background match the blushies more than it matches the main body of the food. So we can close this one. Actually, let's make sure I didn't save it. Let's save. And then we close this one. So I'm going to change the background so that it's vibing with the main body instead of just those blushies. Oops, I didn't want to pull that. I just wanted to click on it. So let's pick this color and then we'll just make it richer. Maybe we'll just make it richer to start. And this one, let's make it a little more yellow. Oh, yes. Me likey. Good. I'm glad that didn't take too long. I spent so long on the tofu. Okay, so we've got to change this text. We'll turn the chickpea off for now. I want these buttons to match like they're in a set, because they are in a set. People can buy them individually. When I'm making these to sell at the Winter Vegan Market, which is going to be in a little over a week. Not this Saturday, not tomorrow, but the Saturday after that. So I really want to get all of these done in time for that. And I would like them to look like they belong together. Oh, what am I doing? That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to type. So I want to keep the text as close as possible, if possible the same size, but of course it will depend on how well it fits. So as you can see here, I've only written chickpea twice, and I'm not sure if it'll even fit 3 times. Yeah, it won't. It disappears because it's not going to fit. So this one is going to have to change in size. So this will make it, let's see what's 26. Oh, dang it. I hate it when it doesn't apply it. Why? I'll go back to the text layer. Well, it says it applied it. Maybe it did and I didn't notice. Maybe 26 is not small enough. Do 18. Oh, there we go. Okay. So what about 25? We're going to have to do another decimal. 25.25 points. So I'm trying to get the space in between the words here, where it's just an actual spacebar space, to look about the same size as it does up here. It's a little bit bigger up there. So let's see if we can do 25.5. And that's too close. 5.42. My favorite. Nope, still not quite there. 25.35. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's nice. And it looks the same space. So it doesn't look like it's ending at any point. It's just continuing around and around and around. Okay. Excellent. Ah. I guess that's all right. The tail for the P is entering just a bit into the space that's about to curve around the edge of the button. But that's alright, because I still think the word overall is perfectly readable. Chickpea. So, next is just change the size of the chickpea, because as it is now, it looks so jolly. It's so big and jolly that it is completely covering up any chance of reading the words. So we're going to Control T and bring it down. Oh, the wrong thing. Blast it. No. Okay. Now Control T and bring it down. We want to be able to read chickpea. It's okay if it's covering a little bit of all of the iterations of chickpea, as long as there's enough of all of them showing that someone could put it together, which I think they could. As I'm figuring out the placement of this chickpea, I'm trying to avoid, it's not necessarily going to be possible everywhere, but right here there's this little tiny bit, and here it's just barely meeting, so I'm trying to avoid that kind of thing. Those are called tangents. I talk about them all the time, and I'm always trying to avoid them. You're not necessarily always going to be able to. I think I'm actually going to make it just a tad bit smaller. But I learned all about those in illustration. Every time, every class it would come up because the lesson didn't sink in and people would design with it would be full of tangents, you know, like a clock, and it's just right at the very edge of the image or something. And so I heard it so many times. I think I learned it pretty well, so I didn't get that feedback multiple times, but I heard it in my classes so many times, like, tangents, avoid the tangents. So that's why I'm always looking for them, always trying to avoid them if possible. But it's not a perfect world, so sometimes you'll have a little bit, and that's fine too. I made it a little smaller, but I wonder if I should actually make it bigger again. So I've got this big space right here. Let's try again. Whoa. Didn't work. There. Let's try again. I want to be able to tell what it says, but have it well filled in. About that. Ooh, the fans are ramping up on my tower. Well, they didn't go into hurricane mode. Sometimes it's like a gale force wind, but yeah, I like this better. I actually want to bring it down even a little bit more. Chickpea, 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 chickpea. What I'm comparing now is the level of energy of each of the 3 layers that I'm seeing. So right now, it feels like the chickpea itself, the character here, is standing out more than the tofu is standing out on its button. So I wonder if I should increase the opacity of this text layer. No, I don't like that. Okay. I tried. It's good to try it and be sure. Let's call this good. Let's call it good. I love the chickpea so much. It's my favorite one. It turned out so cute. I really like it. Oh, okay. I'm going to merge this new group. I want to make sure I spelled chickpea right. Okay, spelled chickpea right all 3 times. So let's drag this over and do this thing again with the chickpea. So let's zoom in. And line this up. Oh, did I line it up perfectly at my first try? That's amazing. That does not always happen. Yep. Yep, I did. Wow. Okay, same thing as before. We duplicate it 3 times horizontally. Well, we duplicate it twice so that we have 3 layers. And then we duplicate it twice vertically so that we end up with 12 layers. Yeah, these look just real quick. what they look like next to each other. I think that looks so good with the two different, and they're totally different colors. So what I was doing with the backgrounds before, I wanted it to be really vibrant, and I think that I'm actually still achieving that, even though I've made the background match the main color of the food better. Instead of having multiple colors per button, it seems like now what I'm going to end up with is multiple colors across the collection of buttons, which is just as good because they're going to look awesome in my little display case at the market, at my booth. I'm really excited. And even though I'm doing a bunch of stuff over again, having to change stuff and redo it and redo it and redo it, I think it's totally worth it because every time it's even better. Each iteration is better than the last one. Alright, next one. Peanut butter. This one is actually pretty close to the background, but it's a little more yellow. I think I would want it to match a little bit more. So I think I'll do that first. Make it a little warmer. Move that. Ugh, they all get big on top of the peanut butter. I need to see that part. It's because I changed my... Oh shoot, I can't see it because I left this layer on. There. Okay, now we'll do it. Change the gradient. So actually just choose something down here and then change it. Maybe that's good. Let's go with that. And now I'm going to do that thing that I remembered how to do, that I learned. I think I learned it last week. I can't remember what I needed to do it for. Oh well, anyway. I looked it up and I was like, oh hooray, I'm glad this is a thing that you can do. Peanut butter. And now we can save and close the chickpea file. And here's peanut butter. So we'll just turn off the peanut butter layer for now. And change this to say peanut butter. We're going to have to make it even smaller. Let's see, 26. No, that's bigger. What am I thinking? 20? Oh, it didn't actually change it. So that does fit. 22. 24 too big. Oh, 24.5. $24.75. Oh, a little too close. 24.65. Oh, 24.7. Okay. That's close enough. So this is going to say peanut butter on the sides. Maybe I will actually write it opposite so that the bottom says peanut butter instead of butter peanut. Let's see. Oh, what am I going to do? Okay, I'll just do all. I'm going to actually type it butter peanut. but that way along the bottom it'll say peanut butter. And that'll be our little secret. Only anybody watch this stream or the recording knows that it's actually written butter peanut. Oh man. But then across the bottom, easy to read from left to right for English, peanut butter. Okay. We can actually delete this layer. And we'll turn that face line on and shrink the peanut butter final drawing. Butter peanut. Butter peanut. I like this size. Let's just scooch it up a bit so that peanut butter is a little easier to read along the bottom. Hard because this is not a symmetrical drawing. The letters are very symmetrical. Oh, so hard. There, or there, there, or there. Good. Alright, let's call that good. I could make it smaller, but I don't really want the... This is already a fairly big space right here. Over here it's pretty tight, but when I push it over this way, this space gets really small. Becomes one of those dreaded tangents. Oh, dreaded tangents. Okay, let's make this a copy and merge the group. Oh, that looks really cute. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get these all. What am I trying to do? All right, I didn't delete the old Chibi chickpea. There we go. I'm gonna get this lined up. Looks so much better. It's like it becomes professional. Technically it is professional. But a lot of this is graphic design, which, like I said earlier, it's all self-taught for me. I didn't take any college-level graphic design classes, all illustration and fine art. Also arts entrepreneurship, but that involved graphic design, but again, it was self-taught because we'd have a project like create a self-promo video and stuff. It doesn't actually teach you how to do it. You just gotta learn how to do it, which is fine because I am very self-motivated and I love learning stuff. But it also means, unlike with my illustration classes, I did not necessarily have anyone overseeing my work and giving me active feedback on it. So I'm just comparing like I did before with the tofu. Yep, I think these are going to look really nice together. Okay. We've got our final layers. Oh, Casey! Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, you feel me on the graphic design struggle. Yep. If you... Oh, I can't see it. Dang, there's a book that was like... It's like my Bible. So, if you ever need some tips in an easy way, I recommend this book, and I can always like message it to you or something. So, I always go to this book for my graphic design issues. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Oh, please do. Yeah, it's called like Graphic Design for Everyone, I think. Hold on, I'll search it real quick. It's by DK, I believe. And it is awesome. Oh, it is. Okay, it's called Graphic Design for Everyone, and it's looks like this. It's this one. It's so good. I recommend it to everyone. It's by Kath Caldwell. 100% recommend. 2020 recommend. You're welcome. I hope it helps. It's so good. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, a great weekend. And good luck with your Christmas carding. Sweet. Another one done. Let's see, how much longer? We've got about 12 minutes. So we'll see how many we can get done today. I have one more day, Friday, if I don't work on it on the weekend or something, to get these done for the market. Merge layers. So I hope I can get a bunch of these done. We're a third of the way through, literally, because there's 9 of them. And I've got a nice workflow going. There's not as much graphic design decisions needing to be made at this point because now I have a look that I'm going for, and I just need to make each button match. So next, we're gonna open the broccoli. And this one I actually edited off stream because the background I had was still bugging me. I know I said on stream, I was like, I'm just going to leave it because let's not be perfectionistic, but it was still bugging me so much, and I actually quite like this background still. I think I ended up doing what I'm now doing over here, so I'm not even going to touch the background on this, so it makes it faster. Hooray! So now... Oh, bye, Casey! I didn't see your final goodbye. Probably gone now. Hopefully gone, because I tend to ramble, so I don't like to keep people when they need to go. Alright, we want to duplicate this layer onto the file that I just opened. I love that I learned that you could do that. Yes, so good. Okay, and now for this one, we can save it and close it. So we're going to drag this down here and delete this old copy layer. And we'll turn this off for now because we're going to shrink that broccoli. So now we need the text tool and select all, broccoli. And we'll just see how many times we can fit it in here. Like 3, so maybe we'll make the text bigger because we'd have to make it even smaller to fit 4. I'd rather make the text bigger. These buttons are only going to be 2 1/4 inches across when they're printed and pressed. So to make it bigger, let's go 25 start. Let's see. Oh, that's not big enough of a jump at all. Let's do 26. Oh, that's not even big enough. 28. Oh! And look, that spacing looks perfect. It's maybe a little bit, but that's close enough that I'm like, even I'm like, let's keep it. So good, hooray! So we've got that. So let's turn the broccoli back on. I want to see the face lines because that helps me center it. Control T to shrink it. And I'm not actually making these centered properly. I'm favoring leaving a little bit more space at the bottom if necessary so that we can read the one that's easy to read, and then the rest of the iterations of the word are more like decoration. Let's try that size. Oops, I need to go to the move tool before I can use my arrows. So here the body is not on the center line, but I'm looking at the space between the edge and the edge. So the edge of the broccoli and the edge of the button. Plus, the feeling of weight of this space over here is matching better with the feeling of weight of these two spaces combined over here. Yeah, let's call that one good. That one was easy because we didn't have to change the background colors either. Oops, merge group. And drag this one over. Do that same duplication process. Last one. Guess I could do what I've been doing. Let's compare what they look like next to each other. It looks so good. The text alone creates unity between the buttons and makes them feel like they belong together. Even though peanut butter and broccoli, unless you're making like some sort of Thai stir fry or something, doesn't necessarily seem like it goes together as foods. Although that actually sounds really good. Some stir-fried broccoli with peanut sauce on it. Oh, yes. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Anyway. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is like the third time I've done this step. The second time was when I realized after printing the tofu buttons that the outline I had for the text around the rim was too thick. I had second-guessed myself, printed it, and remembered, oh yeah, that's why. That's why I had it at only 1 pixel. Okay, so we can delete the old Chibi broccoli. Rename this one. Almost halfway done. Save that, open the next one. And with the next one, we'll be more than halfway done because there's 9. So these seeds were actually giving me a lot of trouble. But now that I'm deciding to not make it a pop of color in the background, but actually try to harmonize with the color of the food, I think I like the background better. So let's duplicate layer into the new file. I've never tried doing that with a not the same size file, but everywhere I was looking online says it has to be the same size. Same physical, well, not physical, the same dimensions. Okay, so I guess let's do the gradient background first. Oops. Try to get closer to the chia seeds color. Wow, that actually looks really great! Yay! It's all gray and silvery, but it actually looks really good with the bowl, with the clear glass bowl. Good. I'm going to do something real quick that was bothering me. Oh, not this layer though. Chia seeds, copy. Just want to tilt it a little bit. There. This is feeling off kilter. Okay, now let's make this say chia seeds. I guess I'll make it smaller so that I can fit 3. Smaller text. Let's go to 24. Wow! 24. Chia seeds, chia. Well, this will have... I kind of want it to be bigger because there's so much space. It's like the tofu where there's a lot of space at the top and bottom because it's more of a rectangle shape. So maybe actually I will just go bigger instead and just have it say chia seeds twice. Oh, that goes really big though. That's really big. That might be a little bit too much. 34? Oh, that's too big. That's too big. 32? That's too big. I'm wondering what size I had the tofu. But I don't think it was this big. 28? I'm gonna open the tofu file again. I wanna have a look. Have a look-see. It doesn't want to open because I was working in the text. Okay. Open it, please. Thank you. So how big was the text here? 27.25. And then the broccoli was 28. Save changes of broccoli. I guess we can see what changes. Well, let me make sure what the changes were. Oh, I'd already saved it. What the heck? So I guess I will. Oh no, we're almost at time. Well, I'm gonna finish this. I did get started streaming late. I have 8 more, well, 7-ish minutes to stream if I'm looking at the length of time I've been streaming and not the clock. So let's at least finish this button. So what do I want to do? Chia seeds, chia seeds. Do I want to make it extra small or extra big? It's like, no, there's no middle ground. These have to be really small or really big. Well, this doesn't actually look that bad. The spacing is really close too. I think maybe a little smaller, 21.75. Oh, that's too much. How about 21.9? I love that I can do that. That I can be this specific, 21.95. I guess 22 is actually the closest. The space is a little bit smaller here than here, it seems like, but we'll just call it. That's good enough. Or maybe it's about the same. I'm wondering something else about the tofu. I can't remember. Did I actually put multiple spaces? Or did I just put a single space? I did put multiple spaces. Because here's the T. 1, 2. Oh, I haven't been putting multiple spaces with all the other ones. Maybe I should stop here and think about it. Oh no! I have to open them all again and redo it. Because I was thinking like, oh, look at this, looks like the same. It looks like seeds. Seeds, chia. It's because I forgot about putting an extra space. But then I can make the words bigger. Maybe. No, I'd have to make them smaller. Blast it. And I didn't do it on any of these ones. It's hard to remember all the things and make them match. There's tofu. Chickpea. Peanut butter. And I remember I wrote butter peanut. Broccoli. Tofu. Oh, What am I gonna do? Okay. I do think I want to add extra spaces here, if nothing else, even if I don't change the other ones. Wow, that made it very big. Oh, what if we make this 26? What if we make this 20? Okay, do I have 2 spaces here? 1, 2. Okay, so 20 is a little small, so this is great. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. 22. Is that what I had it on? Yes, okay. 21. Okay, sweet, that's close enough. Although, yeah, I keep saying that. Keep saying it's close enough, and then I changed my mind. I wanted a little smaller. 20.9. That's better. This space at the top looks much closer to the spaces on the sides. Wait, I like having this face line layer on. I don't know why. It helps me. Ah, wrong layer, no! Don't want to transform that one. I want to transform the chia seed strongly. Now transform this one. So here you can see what I was talking about. It's more of a rectangle. So actually, it's really nice like that. Just realized that on all of these, the stroke color is this brown color. I haven't been changing that either. And I wasn't really noticing it on the other ones, but on this one I can tell. So, let's make it a slightly different color. I like a blue color. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember. I had taken the darkest color from the drawing. I forgot I did that. It's so hard. Graphic design for a big group of things is so hard. Is this on point simple? Okay, it is. I want to make sure I'm actually getting that darkest line. It looks so much lighter. But it is on, what, 42% opacity, so. Oh, that looks good. Chia seeds. Save that real quick. Okay. Merge group. Drag it over here. Put it in, but I do want to go back and change the other ones since I realized that I also wasn't changing the... I wonder if I should make this bigger. Maybe I shrunk it down too small. Hold on, I'll line it up with this first. There's so much to think about. I'm also getting tired, I think, so it's probably good to call it good for today, and maybe I'll work on it some more tomorrow, or let's see, I might have time on Sunday. Guess I don't have to think about that on stream. Okay, I'm trying to see. Oh, I guess it is actually about the same size. Put my thumb here. Yep, it's about the same size. Just feels like it's smaller, but I think it's because the chia seeds themselves are smaller, but the bowl is about the same size as it's the same width as the tofu. Okay, before we end, I want to write this stuff down that I've been thinking about so that I don't forget to do it at least next Friday for Chibi Friday, if not sooner. So let me get my little pencil board. Okay, for Chibi food buttons. Sorry you can't see this. I've got to write it down. I have to write it now. I will forget. Add space between names. Names, not words, because some names are words. Parentheses for total of 2 spaces. And I need to change outline, change stroke color to match darkest color of Chibi outline. Now hopefully I will remember what I mean by this. Add space between names for a total of 2 spaces. Change stroke color to match darkest color of Chibi outline. I hope I remember what I meant. But we are now well over time, and I'm even a couple minutes over my 2-hour streaming goal. So I am actually just going to leave this as is, let it be, and enjoy a refreshing week. Not working on this project, come back with a fresh mind next Friday. And I will be streaming again, as usual, on Wednesday and Thursday with some illustration work. I haven't decided what I'm going to work on because I finished my most recent illustration project this week, the drawing of Aya. So it'll be a surprise. I hope to see you then anyway. Wishing you a wonderful weekend. That's all for me today. Thank you for watching.